am happy to be here today and excited to be able to speak about my good friend, Michael Dublin. I have known Michael Dublin for over a decade, as we are both educators at the same school. I read somewhere that we as Americans spend a third of our lives at work. You all can do the math, but in the last 12 years, I have spent a great deal of time around Michael, or Dub, as I often call him. I've had the good fortune of getting to know Michael and learn about his background and family, his values and morals, and his character. As Election Day approaches, I hope that voters get to know the Michael Dublin I consider to be a community leader, an esteemed colleague, and a dear friend. Persistent, truthful, authentic. These three words are used in Michael's campaign to represent how he plans to serve in his role as representative of District 2. I want to tell you about the times I have witnessed Michael's persistence, truthfulness, and authenticity. Persistence is a quality that Michael embodies in all aspects of his life. His persistence allowed him to graduate from Wake County Public Schools and eventually North Carolina State University, go Pack, equipped with the knowledge and tools to lead classrooms in the very school system from which he graduated. His persistence granted him opportunities to take on leadership roles within his school community, impacting the lives of many young people and his fellow teachers. Many former students reach out often to share ways in which Mr. Dublin left a lasting impression upon them, one that they carry with them as they venture out into the real world and become contributing citizens of society. Who is more persistent than a man who identifies a need within the prison system, a facet of society that is often looked down upon by many, to treat the incarcerated with dignity and value through his work within the prison ministry? Michael Dublin has been that persistent man. Michael Dublin is truthful. There is no doubt about that. Not only is he truthful, but he knows how to have candid and honest conversations with others, a quality that I find very valuable when I think about the leaders that I want representing me. He knows how to actively listen and consider opposing opinions while remaining steadfast in his true convictions. Now, I don't know if you know this, but public school teachers, we sometimes have a tendency to get a little heated about the things that go on within our school buildings and our hallways. I have been in faculty meetings, learning communities, and collaborative teams with Michael in which we look to him to be the voice of truth, where we knew Michael would be a vocal advocate for students and teachers alike. For many years, Michael has established himself to be someone my colleagues and I could rely on to ask the right questions and suggest solutions when a problem surfaced. Sometimes this meant engaging in the tough and uncomfortable conversations that require the most truth and honesty, something that Michael does not shy away from. And although Michael and I don't agree on everything, I know I can expect Michael to operate and communicate with integrity and honesty no matter the issue. Michael Dublin is truthful. I could continue to give numerous examples of Michael's dedication and persistence, of his truthfulness and integrity. And while he is an exemplar of those traits, his genuine and authentic nature stand out most to me. As a family man, Michael is a caring son, husband, father, and grandfather. As a community leader, he is active in his church community and is a volunteer, educator, writer, and artist. He is a runner, a lifelong learner, a World Cup watcher, and a little bit of a sci-fi geek. He's also a wedding dancer, and I've got the pictures to prove it. He is the guy who asks you about how your family is doing, or senses when you might be stressed, and checks in on you when you need it the most. Dub has a saying that he's used many times over the years, and it's one I myself have adopted, especially when the world gets emotional and things get hard. He says, "We are not automatons." In other words, we are not meant to be non-feeling, robotic beings. We are meant to care for one another and care about what's happening in the world around us. I know he will hold that belief with him during his candidacy because I know that Michael's most authentic self is one that possesses genuine care for his fellow human beings, the world we live in, and how to make it better. I know that the voters of District 2 will get to know him and they will see the persistent, truthful, and authentic man that is my good friend, Michael Dublin.